I'm busy, kid. What do you want to know? I'm not even sure. I just wish I knew why it was so hard to make a decision. Easy, kid. Capitalism. What do you mean? The only thing that your system cares about is money, so it's beneficial for the rich to keep the consumer unaware of the implications of their actions. It's that easy. How do you mean unaware? Unaware how your dollar supports these non sustainable practices. Your dollar's like a vote, kid. It tells them what to do. Okay, I get it. So if I was aware of how my dollar was being used and what it was supporting, I might make a different decision so they hide things from me so I can make a decision not for myself but for them? Exactly, kid. Big corporations don't want you to know what's really going on. If you knew what was going on, you probably wouldn't support what they were doing, how they make their products so cheap. Why don't they have to inform the consumer what they're actually purchasing? Like I said, kid, capitalism.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Nothing. Just keep eating your Thanksgiving Day food.
No, I feel like you have something to say. What is it?
It's just. Don't you ever think about what Thanksgiving is?
Yeah, we're thanking the earth for our first successful harvest in America.
Well, yeah, but it also marked the beginning of the colonization of indigenous farming practices that had kept humans and the earth in a symbiotic relationship for centuries.
But what's wrong with our farming now? We have plenty of food and less people are hungry, right?
Yeah, there's more food being grown, but your system's prioritization of the meat industry requires more inputs and results in more toxic outputs.
And what does this do for our environment?
The green revolution process that we have adopted requires more toxins and transportation that will have environmental impacts to last for generations, not just for the farmers, but also for the consumers.
Genie, thanks for letting me know. I wish everybody could kind of have somebody like you there to let them know about the outcome of the practices that we kind of support now.
You should let them know.
I saw some things about food security and food sovereignty. Can you tell me more about those? Food sovereignty is the idea that those that live and operate inside of the food system are the ones that make the decisions about the system, instead of a handful of people and large corporations with all the money. And food security? Food security is the idea that people are able to access this food almost like it's a right to be able to eat. I kind of feel like those things should already be happening. What do we need to do to make them a reality? The first thing that would need to happen is leveraging the power away from the big corporate giants and back onto the people and the environment. So if money is power, how do we shift the paradigm? We could do it with things like regulation, incentivizing sustainable practices, keeping less information from the public, and most importantly, changing the overall goal of the system away from money and towards people and equity. So if we manage to do all those things, Genie, what exactly would happen? I would hope that means a couple of things. Firstly, more quality food and better access to it, better farmers' rights.
And I'm a junior here at Butler University, and I study environmental studies and anthropology. I kind of plan to use those two in the future to connect human people and systems to food systems and see how different cultures have different impacts on how those look. This video series that I put together was for my internship, where I plan to kind of go into how red meat and plant-based meats differ and their impacts on the environment, but I started to just go deeper and deeper into the three pillars of sustainability, being economics, social, and environment. So I made a video dedicated to each one of those in order to show how food systems operate and the injustices that are involved with them. I know that I strayed away from my original video, but I feel like this had a more meaningful impact. And I think I was able to show how creativity and education can go hand in hand to promote community learning on topics like this.